Hello, everyone. Welcome to Season 4 of the Wind Waker Randomizer Tournament. This is the first of 8 qualifiers. We've got a big race. We got a lot of people on Restream, and we've got Montgol and Vimilia on commentary. Say hello.
Hello,
Hello everyone.
This is the start of a new season, Vimilia. Are you excited?
I am so excited. This is my first tournament getting to be a commentator, and I am ready to go.
It's going to be amazing. And today we have a nice selection of runners for you. We have Woofer ZFG, champion of Season 1 and 2. It was a while ago, but he's back now. We also have Tanjo Tree, a runner that likes to go for a weird and eclectic check sometimes, but it's always nice to see him pull it through.
Always hoping for early diamond step from Tanjo. Always.
Yeah. If you want crazy strats, he's your guy. We also have Gymnast86. Do you want to introduce him, or do you think he doesn't need an introduction?
Go Jim.
Yo,
Jim Go, as the emote goes.
Always a nice one. And to complete this Quatuor Good People, we have Original Elijah, a runner that some people know less, but is extremely good. He's currently ranked 2nd on the racetime.gg leaderboard for this season races. So that is pretty insane. we have quite a few people that are amazing.
Lots of people putting in that good little emote in our chat, so thank you for bringing it out.
We also have some wonderful people on tracking today. We have Tumaltalk 13, Symphonic Link, and Elena, all tracking for us tonight. This should be pretty amazing. The race is gonna start pretty soon. So I hope everyone is ready, because once this starts, it won't stop until the season's over. There's a world tournament waiting for us, even 2 tournaments. So, pretty impressive.
With that as well, some of the big changes from Season 3 to Season 4 are including the fact that we're going to start swordless.
Yes,
and we have some submarines added. So you get to see some checks you might not have seen in a while if you haven't been keeping up on our changes for Season 4.
And also, you might be wondering where we're going to be at the start of this seed, because we do have random starting islands. So we could be anywhere at the beginning of this seed. Maybe runners will take advantage of that and route something in that is usually out of the way. Or maybe they will go somewhere else. Who knows?
I don't know, but swordless really makes the start a lot more interesting with routing, so I am excited to see what happens.
It's pretty exciting to see how people go about for going the sword, because back in the first 3 seasons, we added as soon as we started the seed, and that was an invaluable tool. We learned that pretty recently. Oh, and we are 8 seconds until it starts. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go.
Let's go. Where are we? Headstone.
Oh, that is a weird place to start, but not. Yeah,
that's going to be a warp away.
Yeah, that is a warp away for 4 of our runners.
Definitely,
and they're all going to Windfall. If you guys were here back in Season 1, this was usually the start, and it's back, guys. Season 4 brought the Windfall start back. But interesting thing to note, though, about Windfall in this season, only 6 checks are in logic on Windfall, since the short side quests have been taken out of what's in logic. So you won't see stuff like hide and seek with the kids, Miss Mary. The Garn trading is also not needed for Zaneri.
So, some great questions here in chat, and bombs immediately. Oh boy. Wow. So, we do start with 1 shield. because if you don't have a shield and you're swordless, it's a bit rough as a start.
It's
And Tanjo is being Dark Linka, which is an original model by one of our fantastic modders,
that is.
BSZ.
I think that's the usual Linka, not the dark one.
Oh, that is an unusual Linka. My bad.
It's fine. We do have some pretty models though. Gymnast rocking the Dark Link. Original Elijah with the train conductor Link, and we have Woofer ZFG making sans noise all over the place. Just,
Yep.
oh, double magic from the bomb mail.
And we are visited by Pup Time.
That's the best thing about having Woofer on a restream. Pop time just goes wild. You get so many puppies emotes. It's beautiful. So Todd only giving us a nice little feather for today. It's been a while. The sense model has been in the rando since I'd say the middle of season 1.
And I don't know when. It's definitely been quite a bit, at least as long as I've been watching.
It's not one that a lot of runners use because the voice pack for it can be a little grating.
Yes. It is why we are not listening to
And Tingle
Ghost
with
Ship
the Ghost
chart.
chart.
That's
pretty
interesting. Mm-hmm. I do like that.
Oh, and command melody. Considering how Tingle operates, that is also very scary. Imagine a guy that just wants money having a song to control people. That's a little scary.
Maybe that's why he's in jail, this seed.
That is a good reason, honestly. Surprised they managed to put him there, though, if he can control people. Maybe he wanted to be there.
Clearly it was earplugs.
That's the best way, actually. That makes too much sense. I don't like it. Good job, Amelia. There we go.
Power bracelets.
That is very nice to find. We already had bombs, which made quite a few checks open up, but it is always nice to have.
Mm-hmm. Then I believe that'll be Jim picking up his double magic.
Yep. Woofer not going to a mailbox yet, going straight to the Northern Ferry sub.
Unfortunately, this does greatly reduce our chances of Grandma. At least with these runners.
Yeah, thankfully
Very
in
sad.
a regular rando, they tend to always go save Grandma in the end because it is a there's a mail check that's required behind it, so it's not as it's pretty rare to see people skip her entirely.
We shall see.
Yeah, and
I'm always for saving Grandma, but I am well aware that some of our runners on Restream today are not.
it is required in those settings though, so it made a few people changes of arts. So
I didn't roll the seed. I did not reduce chances of saving Grandma. That was... I don't remember who rolled the seed.
it was a runner, Artemis Mitz, if I remember right. Yes. Artemis rolled the seed and now is playing it, so if it's just mean, they will have to deal with it too.
Shot.
Ooh, that is a solid item.
And Northern Ferry, alright.
Yeah, they're all doing this right now, so they should all have their hookshot very soon.
Yes, you skip Grandma, you lose chat respect. Absolutely.
That's the way of the world, Tazuk. That's the way of the world right there. Gotta save your elders.
We have mother and child from... looks like, yeah.
Ooh, mother and child with a nice golden idol of our god Tingle. Meanwhile, original Elijah on Dragon Roost Island, going for the Wind Shrine first. Oh, Tanjo going for some storage strats.
It
Let's see where this is
appears
going. So to act on the side of caution, for everyone that has problems with flashing lights, you might want to stop watching Tanjo for a minute here, depending on what he's gonna do with this. It's just,
We'll let y'all know when it.
oh, Wind God Zarya for Woofer
Yeah.
in Mez's house. Tanjo swimming slowly.
Pearl from Beetle.
Now going fast. So if you are sensitive to flashing lights, maybe don't watch Tanjo for a few seconds.
And we have Blondie coming in here with a raid of 4. Thank you for dropping 5. You're glad to see you.
Yeah, welcome everyone. Oh, Gymnast going for another submarine.
And oh, Elijah's getting a mail chain.
Yeah, a mail chain. Sweet mail chain for Elijah. And while Woofer coming out of my favorite place in the entire world, Grandma's basement.
Not a happy mail chain.
Was that the green rupee?
No, it was a 10, but still.
Okay.
So Tanjo was at least temporarily done super swimming, so you can look back while he checks out Great Fish if you'd like.
For the people that are wondering how Woofer ZFG got in this cave without having to blow the wall, he did what we call a roll clip. It's a frame perfect trick,
Oh,
but this is not stopping anyone at this point. Oh, Elijah just got storage, stored a chest, and now he's gonna do a check that is called flying around the island. But we don't have the leaf, so he's gonna have to improvise a little. Thanks to chest storage, this is possible. Just gotta swim through the island until you go to this nice little patch of land. And then you start climbing around the island, or rolling, if you will. Till you get to the area where the chest is located. Then you just let yourself drop. Oh, Gymnast. Now heading to Cliff Plateau.
Let's see what we have here at Cliff Plateau.
It might be able to do this in the Sealand way. It might.
And it looks like Woofer's following right on up. So, I see a nice question in chat. What do we prefer, normal rando or spoiler log rando? I love both.
Both
for
have
common,
a lot of charm.
I think I like normal rando more because then you don't have to think about as much as where things are and try to figure out what people might do and where they might go next.
Yeah, regular rando is both more random and also less random for the commentators because it is spoiler log random. You never know what crazy trick they're gonna pull. Sometimes you see stuff you never saw before. It gets a little crazy. Also, another major change from last season where we had 4 dungeon race mode. We're doing 3 dungeon race mode. I still haven't looked at the map when they were warping to tell which one they're gonna be though. So it looks like one of our trackers got it down. It's DRC Forbidden Woods and Earth Temple for today. Thank you, trackers.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Elijah's checking out paw print. Woofer is working over there, and
yeah, thanks to his grapple, Elijah's gonna be able to full clear that place. Oh, a nice try for shard for Woofer. Meanwhile, Tanjo trying to clip into Grandma's basement with a nice little bit of a nice little rock. If you put yourself between a rock and a hard place, usually the hard place gives up in this game.
Okay. And another one in paw print.
To answer your question, Shadow Warrior, they don't get the item instantly. They need to change quadrants or enter a loading zone. If they save warp, they just completely lose the item. So that can be a little dangerous. One of those tricks. Oh, Tanjo now going for another roll clip. This one is a weirdly precise angle. Oh,
And iron boots for Jim. And a bottle for Elijah. We are finding all sorts of good stuff.
That is really good stuff. Interesting to note, Elijah didn't go to Mother and Child yet, so he's going to be able to go there, get a fairy in his bottle, and then go do an extra check compared to the others on Outset if he wants. For breaking pots with the hammer, getting some money. Oh, what a good place to get it on Island of Steel. And Jim is heading for an island that is dreaded by some players. A wonderful bomb island.
Alternatively, it's also loved by some players.
It is.
I am not one of those people, but, you know, I appreciate their existence.
They're different, a different breed of people that are just better at the game than we are. They're more resilient, at least.
Oh, and Jim is doing this without a sword. This is not
so bad.
In any way, shape, or form my definition of fun. Just with bombs.
He does have the hook shot, which is a good replacement. He's also going to be able to do this little skip here. Meanwhile, we have Elijah going to this sub with the mini blends. Interesting thing to note about this sub, you don't really need to fight the mini blends. You can just kind of chill out on this ladder.
And it looks like our first of our angular checks from Woofer.
Yeah, he's probably going to be doing the top of the island right after that. A lot of runners tend to do the cave first and then save warp, so they are teleported straight to the island itself.
I think, isn't that all the pearls for Tanjo?
I think so, yes.
He doesn't need them, but he has them all.
It's pretty neat. And
well,
so
I mean, technically, Molly's father from Den.
Yeah. Fun fact about the boat, the little clip that Tanjo's doing, you don't even need to do efforts to go out of bounds at that place. It's beautiful. There's just a hole in the floor. Thank you, Nintendo.
Ask away.
Yeah, ask away. There's no dumb questions, only dumb answers. And I provide those.
So, reasonable guess for S4? Yeah.
Season 4? About 2 hour and a half. Maybe a little more for some runner, maybe a little less for some. We saw quite a few runners be able to break that sub 2 barrier during the grind up to the tournament. Stays really hard though. It's not fun to try and grind that much. Oh my god, another try for shard. Yeah, we do have some particularly strong runners on restream, so we might see the sub too. It should be fine, Amelia X Swift. Don't worry. It's hard to chroma key your tracker the good way, but we do have our home trackers here, so
Yeah.
everything is fine. A lot daring from Elijah here to go to the ghost ship the ghost ship without having a mirror shield. Can't wait to see how that goes for him.
I'm not sure I would want to come here without a sword or arrows.
Yeah. He needs to kill that that Wizrobe before killing the Redead that's on the floor, because otherwise the Wizrobe will make more enemies spawn.
And we do not need that when we have a finite resource.
Yeah. Especially when you're fighting the Wizrobe with hookshot. Not the funniest way to do it. What for now on Cliff Plateau is gonna do a little chest storage strat to get to the top.
Mm-hmm. Then it looks like Jim's checking this nice free chest here. Like we've seen, was it Elijah do?
Yeah, we saw Elijah do this. Tenjo's
Yep.
also doing the exact same strat at the exact same moment, so pretty nice,
Beautiful.
almost sync between Gymnast and Tanjo.
Oh no, Elijah. Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
Oh no. Ouch.
This is not gonna be fun for Elijah.
Mm-mm.
Doesn't have a regular weapon at all. So
And you can't pick up their
they're maced
maces.
as long as they're alive.
That's rough.
That is extremely rough. Stopping the head from moving with the hook shot is also really, really hard. Only 9 bomb left.
Bombs left. This is...
I think he got it though.
He
There
got
you
it,
go.
but that was...
That was scarier than it needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you will agree with that. We're now going to Birdspeak with the storage he got from the top of Cliff Plateau. Tanjo getting the Wind Shrine.
Elijah. Hopefully also picking up one of those fairies with his bottle to be a good grandson.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
He almost got the water though, so almost. One of the hardest takes of the game. Catch the fairy instead of catching water in Mother and Child. It's up there with opening chests. As a surprising tech that runners think are hard.
What did Woofer get? I just missed it.
I did also miss it.
It looks like it might have been a song.
Yeah, it looks like one of those. Considering that we have Earth Temple and Logic, getting Earth God's lyric is always nice.
We're not knocking at Jarhead. It is hard to open chests. Otherwise, you get a lot of bonk happening.
It's a shame that the chests don't break after a certain number of bonks. That would be faster for some of us. Who doesn't like bonking? It's the best thing in the world. Angel now on Ghost Ship with better equipment than Elijah had. Should be pretty easy.
Yeah, having a weapon will definitely help Danjo out here.
Yeah, and Gymnast opting for different strategy to get rid of the mini blins, putting a bomb right next to himself and waiting for it to explode. So
But it's okay. He got his health back immediately.
Yeah, Elijah being the nicest grandson on restream today, saving Grandma already.
Mm-hmm.
The
Good
nice
job,
soup.
Elijah.
Do we still have the soup command? I need to test that.
Yes, we do.
Oh, I needed to use it. It's been too long. Soup! Ah, nice to have wall of soup growing up. And what is Grandma gonna give us from the mail right next to her house? Let's see.
Come on. Aw.
That's 10 times what she gives you in vanilla, so that is
I
impressive.
mean,
It's also kind of useless.
yes. But given who we have on Restream, I was kind of really hoping it would be required.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is they don't know she's not required, so they might save
That's
her
true.
anyway. This is Elijah doing the roll clip into Jaboon's cave. Jaboon being replaced by this nice, enormous raft, as some of you may have noted the first few times we saw it.
Will we find our first sword in the next 7 minutes?
That is a good question. Thankfully, for most of our runners, they do have the hammer, which is kind of a sword but slower. It does work. It's a good strat. Following enemies while holding a bomb is amazing, especially on Puppet Ganon 3. It does work. It does work, guys.
It does. It does.
Crescent Moon from Tanjo.
And Jim.
They're following each other's really closely.
I think part of what we're seeing is because these are some of our really good runners, they have some very similar ideas with where routing should go. So I think it's really interesting to see how it's been playing out so far. And hopefully as they get slightly different items, we'll get to see some more divergence.
Oh. For grabbing the Tingle statue on the Wind Shrine. Right now we do have a runner that has 4 of them original Elijah. So I'd be curious to see what ankle has when we get all 5.
Mm-hmm.
A grappling hook for Tanjo from the Salvage Corpse.
Right next to his paw print trip.
Yep, that is one of the nicest placements for that.
Oh yeah.
It turns the island from a, oh no, I will have to go back, to a, oh yes. Only one trip, guys. With her also going for the storage strat to get a chest flying around the island. We don't see a lot of flying around the island, more rolling around the island, honestly.
Jim once again following right behind Tanjo.
I am not surprised, considering that Crescent Moon is so close to...
Very convenient.
It's a bunch of checks that flow really well together.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get them really early into the seed too, like when you're next to Windfall, it can be pretty beautiful. Elijah also now getting Dean's Pearl, so all the pearls have been found for Elijah.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to see which dungeon is going to be our first one. I feel like it's going to be DRC, but
I also feel like it'll be DRC.
At this point, the overworld is getting a little barren, and I know that most runners don't like to go in any other dungeons than DRC if they don't have a sword.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we could be surprised. I've seen some runners go for exciting fringe stuff. Never know. We're just getting his delivery bag, checking if anything that he stored was in there.
Ghost ship from Woofer. Okay.
He does have the mirror shield and the hammer, so for Tanjo should be pretty easy.
An alright time.
Meanwhile, Elijah going for Islet of Steel. Tanjo now going for an island that I can't tell. I think it's angular. I think it is.
Maybe.
I can't tell from his gameplay, but this tracker seems to have 2 squares open. So that should be angular. There's only one island that's square shaped.
So our requirements to win are, of course, going ahead and beating Ganondorf, but in order to do that, we have to also gather 4 swords, 3 bows, and 8 Triforce pieces, 3 of which are in our required dungeon. The rest, else.
There's quite a few items that could be required too, depending on which dungeon we have. So it's a list that can vary, but at the very least, we need what Emilia has said.
Today, we also need our grapple hook, the Deku Leaf. Depending on where things are, Boomerang might make things easier. And power bracelets and mirror shield, right?
I think that's it, exactly. And also, there's quite a few items that could be required depending on where those items are hidden. So, you never know how full the tracker is gonna get.
Hookshot is also very nice.
Yeah, hookshot
we
is
have
definitely
hookshot,
very
so
nice.
You
Also
technically
kinda
don't
required.
need it, but you really don't want to do the tricks.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see Fairy
Anyone
or
go for that.
Mortover today.
Mm-mm.
Maybe Jim, who knows? With her waiting on the ladder, meanwhile Tanjo trying to get storage on top of Angular. So once again, I have a feeling. Oh no, he's going somewhere with the storage. Not swimming. He's swimming now. Never mind.
Please look away from Tanjo's screen if you are photosensitive.
Yep,
We will let you know when it's safe to look back.
If you're not, do look at his stream though, because it's pretty cool. Nice super swimming. His second super swim of this seed. Can't wait to see where he takes it. I have a feeling that it's going to be to the 5-star sub. Not a lot of air left.
Oh no. Tanjo!
Oh, so close, yet so far.
Ouch.
Well, he did another trick. He did a nice round of super drowning, which is not as useful, but kind of cool too.
Jim is being a good grandson, saving Grandma.
Yeah, grandson is second. Always nice. Did have an arc in the last tournament, season 3, where he wouldn't save Grandma, and then he started saving Grandma and gained his humanity back. So good to see it's still there.
Yes, yes. And we have reached our 30-minute mark without any sword.
Could be worse. Maybe it's going to be one of those seeds where it doesn't show up until like an hour in.
We've also reached our 30-minute mark without any bow.
That is pretty surprising. That usually you get at least one of those. One bow, one sword. It's rare that you don't get at least one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also interesting because we can see how hesitant our runners are to dip a dungeon without a sword. And maybe someone off restream decided to gamble that. Because we do have a lot of runners today. The hammer is where Gymnast is going right now, in Jaboozin's cave.
Yes, they are all playing the same seed, so they're all racing against each other to see who is able to collect the needed items to put a sword into a head fastest and stop the spread of evil and malice.
That's the nicest way to put it. Usually I just say deliver a sword to someone's head. It's a game about postmen delivering swords. Now on Bum Island.
That got close, but didn't fall into the lava, so Elijah's good. That's nice. Yes, apply sword directly to the forehead.
That sounds like some alternative medicine that I don't want to get into.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yes, there is ints on the fishmen. Usually the runners don't go for them. Also, you need the bait bag to go for them. And in this season's settings, we don't start with the bait bag anymore. So ints are kind of a rare play.
We do, however, have Piggy as a check. So that is still a really fun check, and I like it.
Yeah,
which does use bait bag.
It requires bait bag and the power bracelets. Woofer seems to be going for Cabana, private oasis, however you want to call it. Meanwhile, Tanjo trying to do the mill strat for going up Cliff Plateau. It's pretty hard to do without a sword, but it is possible. There we go. Just face through the wall and hit the loading zone. We're preparing some storage. Think we're gonna see the famous Cabana Deed skip.
I think we might see the famous Cabana Deed skip.
It's a very interesting clip. A nice strategy that we could learn some from because, I don't think I'm ever gonna own a house, so I might as well learn to break into them. Don't do this in real life, guys. Just in the game. There we go. We're now inside. Completely ignoring the doorman, as I like to call him. Meanwhile, Tanjo trying to clip into Bird's Peak Rock with the grapple skip. There we go. Meanwhile, Woofer just ignoring walls kind of a lot right now.
I mean, walls are really a suggestion in this game.
Especially in Cabana.
And I mean, walls, you just mean like vertical floors, right?
Yeah, and I'll be fair to what's happening in this area. Oh my god, Hero's Bow. To be fair, though, if you take a hammer in real life and hit the wall with it, it usually goes through. So it makes sense.
Yeah. I can give you that.
But what Woofer's doing now doesn't make much sense. I wish I could take a ladder, just walk behind it and be through the wall.
I don't know. I'm struggling with walls and floors being similarly solid. I am become bees.
Yes, in terms of logic, if you're watching this and wondering if you can play the randomizer even if you don't know those tricks, Don't worry, the logic is made in a way that every seed can be completed without glitching even once. So if you feel like playing it, you can play it. With his newfound bow, Woofer now going for Cyclos. Cyclos. No matter how many times you do Cyclos, you have no idea if your arrow is gonna hit.
I'm guessing that Jim is going to be checking leaf check.
He did a nice little Wind Waker dive to get to the loading zone directly instead of climbing up normally. But now he's in Forest Haven. It's going to be a check on the leaf at the top, where you usually get the Deku leaf. And, well, right now
I feel like this is a spicy decision.
It is a spicy decision because usually runners do wait to have the leaf to go there just so they can do the second check on Forest Haven, which is on an island just off of the main island.
Would someone in chat hit me with an exclamation mark setting? Is that set up here?
I think it is.
It should be, to answer Leon Belmont's question, please.
There we go. We got 3 of them, including Leon Belmont answering his own their own question. Good job. You beat everyone. This is the fastest typer. The typist.
So, Jim found bait bag there, which opens up Pig Eat.
And a few checks in the overworld, the top of Headstone Island, and also a check on Needle Rock Island. So, pretty interesting, honestly. So we have 2 runners right now in the same submarine, Woofer and Elijah. Yep. They both disarmed the first Moblin and used their weapon against them because Moblin spears are kind of insane.
They're very nice, have a good reach, well appreciated.
Yeah, a little better than a hammer. Oh, that's a good question, Mortiat. It does exist in this game, but I don't think it will. We talked about it a lot on the Discord, and apparently it's not that useful in Wind Waker. So sadly, or maybe thankfully, one of those glitches we don't use.
I'm gonna go with thankfully.
Thankfully, yes. It is, but it's different. And a nice little Wind Waker dive from Woofer, also going for the inside of Forest Haven now.
Elijah, hitting up Cyclos.
Not a bad idea. Meanwhile, Jim having to find a way around the fact that we don't have a sword to aim our shield with, having to equip the hook shot first so we can hold the shield in the other hand. Link is weird like that. Can't just hold the shield up.
Where are we going next? Jim is going to outset to probably check pigs and then maybe head over and get top of Headstone.
Sounds like a good plan, actually. And also, it will allow us to see one of the more interesting glitches out there. So, pretty happy about that.
And it looks like Elijah is following in Woofer's footsteps, who was following in Jim's footsteps.
It's a outset is also a really good place to get some equipment, some bait, some pairs you will need for some tricks in this game, depending on your equipment. And Jim, it looks like it's the night, but it's not. It's the beginning of the day. Kind of lucky there. Pretty nice. We're gonna put the pig between the guy and the fence. Grab the pig. The pig is gonna float away from us, and the game calculates how strong your throw is depending on how far the pig is. So we get to throw the pig all the way to the other island like that.
Very nice trick. I like it a lot.
It makes this checks a lot faster. And also, it looks kind of funny. Best thing about it. Not the pig ignoring the bait.
Go for the bait.
The pig is not taking
there
the bait.
We go.
There we go. The bait has disappeared, but the pig doesn't care anymore.
Just a skull necklace. Well, if it's required when pigs fly, then I guess technically pigs aren't flying today.
The pigs are flying every seed almost at this point.
It's a very enjoyable check to watch.
Very, very enjoyable. It's just so funny to see the pig just kind of fly to the moon.
Is Jim doing as I predicted? Nope, Jim is going to the headstone sub first. Which I mean makes sense.
This is one of those subs that can be either amazing or kind of insane. Oh, going for the hammer strats, Jim. Interesting way to do it.
Painful way to do it, but I mean it works.
It does work. It's just like the martyr way of doing it. Just Woofer grabbing.
And it looks like Woofer's also gonna be a good grandson. How exciting! Oh, is this Tanjo following up on being a good grandson?
Are we getting a full restream of good grandsons?
I'm so excited! Yay!
That's
They're going to be a little disappointed, but I'm excited.
Yeah, it's just amazing. Makes such a difference from the spoiler like tournaments. You know you're back to regular rando when everyone is saving grandma. Beautiful.
Much better.
The balance has been restored.
Jim getting his hero bow.
They're all about to be out of overworld checks soon. So.
Not really, because Woofer and Jim got their bows in different locations. So if they both get that, that'll also open up fire and ice.
Yep, that is true. Kind of forgot about that for a second there. Thank you for keeping me on the right track.
This is why I am writing notes. Because I will forget.
There we go, Gymnast being the first one to use a seagull in this seed. I love the seagulls in this game.
Top of headstone.
We're about to see.
What is it?
It's the chart.
A treasure chart. Aww.
Kind of a shame. Not even grabbing it. Not giving the bird a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Right, Elijah also now on Forest Haven, about to do the Wind Waker dive.
Yes, we have reached 45 minutes with no sword. You are absolutely correct.
Yep. Are we going for the hour? Are we going for the hour?
I don't want Woofer to lose just because he stands, because we're not listening to him.
Yeah.
Now, if we were listening to him, maybe.
I see there's two kinds of people. Someone saying I kind of want him to win just because he is Sans. So, guess you get fans and you get haters, no matter who you are. We're going for his new fancy strat. He did the roll clip to go under Mrs. House to void to get back to the boat. It's a strat he showed earlier today. And he doesn't even know if it's faster than just say warping. So,
and we are getting some pretend golf from Tanjo.
Damn, Tanjo, why do you hate golf so much? Why?
This is a strategy which I cannot imagine trying to do.
It's really, really bad.
So, like, kudos to Tanjo for pulling it off, because
he made it
that's
look
not my
easy.
life.
He made it look easy too. It's everything but easy for the people watching at home. It's just, it's kind of a mess.
For a joy pendant. I think we might be seeing our first dungeon dip from Jim.
Yeah, Jim heading to Dragon Roost Cavern right now. Which makes sense. There's not a lot left in Overworld.
Or certainly not things you want to do without a sword, like a flight control.
Flight control sub with just the hookshot. Oh boy. At least we do have a bow.
They have a bow, but still no.
It's still bad.
But yes, Basil, still no sword.
If we're going for the bow strats on the rat sub, as I like to call it. Pretty effective. Meanwhile, Tanjo on Cyclos right now. Elijah getting close to throwing a pig.
Jim getting the obligatory small key.
I'm always surprised when I see it there. There's some slight differences from Season 3. The biggest one being that we now do 3 dungeons rather than 4 dungeon race mode. Here's a list of every setting, so I don't need to go over them again.
And Woofer just got fire and ice. So will we see Woofer check out Fire Mountain or Ice Ring before he considers dipping a dungeon?
I wouldn't be surprised, considering that usually when he plays, he tends to not enter a dungeon without a sword. So yes, the sword could be in Dragon Roost Cavern. Or it could be pretty much anywhere, and it's beautiful like that.
I mean, it is pretty impressive that we are like 50 minutes now into our seed and have found 0 of 4 swords.
At this point, I'm kind of hoping for a nice seed that doesn't give it to us before an hour, just for the spectacle of it.
I'm kind of feeling like, you know what would be nice? A sword.
Yeah, anywhere but Maze Check. That is.
Meanwhile, we get Needle Rock from Woofer.
It's not. It's one of those islands that has 2 checks. Pretty nice to do. Going for his ladder first.
For a second, I was over there and I was like, did I just miss it? No, I didn't miss it. Okay. Good.
So Woofer is about to do probably the strat I think he's about to do. He's gonna shoot a fire arrow at the top of the Needle Rock Island, and it's gonna hit a bird or the switch or both. And that's gonna allow him to now go inside, do this check from the cave on Needle Rock, and then save warp out to be closer to the chest on the island itself.
Kanjo also has fire and ice, so we'll see if we're also gonna get some more overworld from him. Same thing. Also going to Needle Rock, it looks like.
Yeah. And I think Elijah's about to grab his fire and ice arrows too, so we're probably gonna be seeing more of that.
Yep.
There we go. What are we getting on Woofer's screen? It's an orange rupee.
Well, welcome back, Zelly, from your 1 hour walk that started 3.5 hours ago. We're almost an hour in and we still don't have a sword.
Wow, an hour walk that turned into 3.5 hours? That's like 2.5 hours of time loss. Wow.
Leaf!
Oh, very nice.
That's exciting.
Yeah, that is exciting.
Well,
Yeah,
for
another
Woofer and then Tanjo.
Woofer warping back to Greatfish right away to make use of that leaf. The
Leaf was in Needle Rock.
Yeah, on the top of the island itself.
Which is not as great for Jim, who still hasn't gotten his fire or ice yet.
Yeah, I think everything will be fine for Jim if he finds a sword in the dungeon, though.
Come on.
I think that's
Tingle
the last.
statue.
That's the last Tingle statue, I think.
You believe they patched sword out?
What if Artemis just rolled a swordless seed by accident? That would be beautiful.
Blame Artemis. That's clearly the answer, right? Blame Artemis.
I don't think we need to blame them. They're playing it also, so at least they're suffering with everyone.
Well, Jim got Cabana Deed, so could now do normal Cabana to find fire and ice.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Also, the thing that is important to note is that if he opened the warp pot between the dungeons, he could come back from Forbidden Woods later in the seed, so
yes,
it's not that bad.
Clearly the real sword is the Skull Hammer.
The real sword was the friends we made along the way. Please don't use your friends as weapons, guys. But for now, about to go do golf.
How are so we have some people who are fantastic. They are our trackers. If you put !T, you get to find out who's helping us out today.
Yeah, we have Elena, Tamaltak, 13, and Symphonic Link. Thank you, everyone, for tracking this wonderful race. Thanks to you guys, we get to have this wonderful 4 people restream.
Oh, well, you are absolutely welcome. I love to talk about people do and really need stuff which I am not talented enough to do.
Same. Jim having to fight the bokoblins with a drop weapon. Not the easiest thing in the world. But since he did play a lot of the speedrun for that game, I think he's fine. Oh, Dragon Roost Cavern, big key for Gymnast.
Jim has had a pretty empty, aside from Cabanity.
Yeah, going back.
No, Basil. We always need more trackers. We always need them. If you would like to be a tracker, please let us know after the race and we can get you connected if you want to click buttons.
Yeah, never worry about being too much, because it has never been a problem. Oh boy. And we have not one, but 2 tournaments coming up, because the top 24 players in the qualifiers are going to get to access the main tournament, but there's also going to be another tournament, the Challenge Cup, for the runners that didn't quite qualify for the top 24. So there's going to be a lot of Wind Waker action coming.
We're going to have runners 25 through potentially 48. So, boy, do we need trackers.
Who doesn't like to click buttons? I love to click buttons. If we're going for the roll on Ice Ring. Oh, the first sword.
7 minutes and 8 seconds.
Almost an hour in. Ah! We were so close to greatness. 3 minutes away from an hour. And original Elijah about to grab the same sword. So we now have 2 runners that got their sword before an hour in.
A race, though. What a race we are having.
Yeah, and now that Woofer has a sword, he's rushing to Dragon Roost Cavern. Proving what I said earlier, doesn't want to dip a dungeon without one. So. Just realized that Tanjo's now on the flight control platform sub fighting the Wizrobes. That is very daring.
But, I mean, fire and ice, so not as bad.
It's not as bad, but still a little daring. Just a little.
And Jim went through DRC, no sword found.
It's a little sad. Thankfully, even if
and
he just had the
flight
grapple,
control has a piece of cheese. Oh, that's so gross.
It is a little gross, not gonna lie. Thankfully for Gymnast, though, even with the equipment he has right now, it is entirely possible to defeat Goma, so everything is fine.
Yes, we do need our Master Sword, JMB Smash.
Yep, we will need a Master Sword to break the barrier in Hyrule, because in Randomizer, we are not allowed to do barrier skip, so instead we do barrier skip, which is just skipping the barrier. By
It's
doing
very
the
good
things
skip.
vanilla. It's my favorite one. Tanjo going back to Forest Haven. I should say going to Forest Haven. This is his first time, I believe.
Oh, that's too many skips, Zelly. That's too many.
Oh no, I like that. Can we get a skip command?
No, thank you.
Aww.
I'll pass.
It's okay, we still have barrier skip in Rando. It's just skipping the barrier on Bird's Peak Rock. It's different. And Gymnast being the first runner to defeat a boss today.
Yes, Zelly. You need to skip some of those skips, please.
And Joe climbing up. About to find his bait bag.
And another piece of cheese for Jim.
And Tenjo has the leaf here, so he's going to be able to do this nice little trick where you swing from the branch here and fly all the way to the other check of Forest Haven. It's pretty fast. It's pretty fast.
Basil betrays me.
That's a lot of
That's
skips
even
right there.
more skips.
Wow. Oh, another piece of the Triforce hiding on Forest Haven. Meanwhile, Woofer and Elijah both in Dragon Roost Cavern.
We are about to see Inkle. I love
Ankle.
seeing Inkle.
So if you see a purple rupee, don't be afraid. That is just the first thing that we get. Gives us a lot of money. We also get an item, which is a purple rupee again.
Purple rupee.
See? Do you like money? Do you like money? The nice purple rupee to purple rupee combo. Well, that's a lot of purple rupees right there. Tanjo also now heading for
Elijah. Okay, there it is. Now your platform isn't on the bottom.
Yeah. Do not be afraid to see a purple rupee, unless it's 2 purple rupees in a row. Then be very afraid.
I think I'll be very amused instead.
Yeah, it's always gonna come back to this moment. It's gonna be beautiful. Oh, and Gymnast now fighting the Moblins with arrows. Moblin dropped the spear. Ah, but took it right before Jim could take it. Meanwhile, Tanjo getting an actual weapon. Oh, Elijah going for the ice arrow strats on the mini boss here.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. We're getting some really nice action in this race. It's almost hard to follow them all. They're going so fast.
Well, at least for right now, they are covering checks that we've seen Jim cover. So
that is good for us. Jim is probably going to cover some checks that we saw from him. So that gives us time to...
Jim covers, like, Cabana. That'd be nice.
That would be very nice for him. Because as we remember, there's a bow there, which would put him in fire arrow, an ice arrow. And also Cabana is right next to ice rings, so that would route very nicely to get a sword right next.
If I had to hazard a guess, Woofer?
That's very, very hard to say right now, honestly.
Or Tanjo?
Or even Elijah.
But it can change real fast.
Yeah, and even if we didn't mention Jim in the names, he's very close too, so...
And he's going to Cabana, so
Yeah, Tanjo does have 5 shards though. That does help a lot.
Yeah, that's why Tanjo was the other name I put question marks behind.
Yeah. The Gymnast is about to find his first bow, and then he's going to find his first sword. So that will put him back on track. He also has a boss defeated, which most of the other runners don't have yet. So this whole thing is really close. That's what we're trying to say.
It's everything has question marks behind it currently.
Yeah.
Please read my question marks.
That's a lot of question marks. That's almost as many question marks as Basil put on but skips in whatever he was saying earlier. Almost. And we're getting a small key. Alondra getting a piece of art, and Woofer getting storage. Now that's interesting. He's gonna use the storage to void on this corner, and that's gonna put him back to the last door he opened, which he's checking his inventory, making sure that he knows what he got. And now he's back in the room before the boss.
Unfortunate Zelly.
Oh. Yeah, there's times in your life where you can't do the walking skip. Pretty necessary.
And there's fire and ice for Jim.
It's all going to do the second check. It's always nice because you face through walls. What more can you ask? It's a trick I love to show to new runners because it looks amazing, but it's easy.
You say that as if I didn't fail for 30 minutes trying to hit the peg through the wall with Skullhammer when I tried to do it myself.
If you pretend it never happened, I will pretend it never happened, okay? It's fine. It's fine, Vim. You got it.
I did eventually get it. It was fine.
Yeah, usually you need not a very precise angle, but you do need an angle, and sometimes you just don't get it at first.
Jim is going ice ring, so Jim is going to get his first sword.
Yeah, every runner on the screen is gonna have the same sword in their inventory, which is pretty interesting because it means that there's 3 more swords hidden somewhere.
According to my thing, so someone's probably gone 6-eye and I missed it. But other than that, that's going to be in Forbidden Woods, Earth Temple, or that check near the Forbidden Woods that you need to leaf over.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at least 2 of them, maybe even 3 of them did that sub actually, because that's the one with the 3 moblins, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gymnast did it, Woofer did it, and Elijah did it, at least.
So yeah, not a whole bunch left over world-wise that we haven't seen.
Which is not surprising because, as we saw earlier in the seed, this seed didn't want to give us a sword, so most runners did what they usually do in that case, and that's putting off going into a dungeon. Yep, just doing Overworld. There we go, sword for Gymnast.
Now, Jim, if you can get my telepathic communications, go to either flight control or Neo Rock.
That could be good. That could be good. Meanwhile, Woofer grabbing a piece of cheese, exiting the dungeon, and he's going to be followed by Original Elijah pretty soon because he's also in the fight with Goma, about to get in the phase where he can actually do damage to the damn thing.
I want the race to be closer than it is, which is already really close.
My bias is toward close races. I want to see. We saw that in the.
I want to see a 2-second tie.
Yeah, same. We saw one of them in the spoiler alert tournament, which was amazing.
Yes, I want this race to be closer. The tie was so fantastic. I was so thrilled when it happened in the spoiler alert tournament.
The thing that was really amazing about that one is that DJ Guapo, one of the people that did that tie, also managed to make the group itself be tied up, so they needed a tiebreaker for the group as well as a tiebreaker for this race.
So a tie could matter because it's based off of the top 3 times.
Yeah.
So if the tie is for 3rd, it could. Either way, I love ties. They make me smile. So
ties are just for spectacle. Woofer going from the RC to Fire Mountain. Just keeping in the lava team.
I mean, you are correct, Ikanajin.
He is correct, but
it doesn't mean that I won't enjoy it more.
It doesn't mean that it's not hype. If everyone ties for first, oh my god.
I would be thrilled. Within 2 seconds.
Within 2 seconds. At least it's what it was in the last few tournaments. I don't know if they changed that rule in this one. They didn't mention it, so I believe it they didn't.
It's still 2 seconds? Excellent.
Beautiful.
I mean, I'm gonna hope for it with how close we are seeing things happen right now. My hope exists for a tie. I don't really know who it would be between, but my hope exists for it.
All 4 of them. Oh my god,
Zelly, there's 23 people racing today.
29 actually.
Wait, 29?
29 people joined.
It was 23 when I last looked.
Yeah, it was 28 last time I looked, but there's someone more now. Don't know how. But we have 29 racers for this first qualifier, which is a little insane. So the racetime.gg list is going to be your friend for this one, because that's a lot of names to read. A bunch of wonderful people. That's how I'm going to call all of them. I think everyone was pretty excited for the first qualifier, because we did get a lot of good people. By a lot of good people, I mean 29 of them.
Yes, 29 people all running this exact same seed right now.
Exactly. And depending on how the time looks compared to the top 3 runners, that's going to be the first round of qualifying results that we're going to have. So it's pretty interesting. Woofer about to experience the double purple.
Jim is going to Forest Haven here. Are we going to see Island Check first, or are we going to see Forbidden Woods?
Well, we're going to see him clip.
Island Check.
Pretty interesting.
It looks like Island Check.
Oh, you're going for the Wind Waker dive now.
Cubs, please don't. Please don't.
I want to see that at some point.
I do not wish to see.
Good old luck race.
So, Woofer is going to be heading into Forbidden Woods, and Jim is going to be checking the island check. I don't really actually know what it's called. I just think it Forbidden Woods Island is what I call it. And there's our last random Triforce shard. Oh ho.
I think we already saw it with Tanjo.
Well, if we did, I didn't write it down. Tanjo's other one, I think, came from Flight Control.
Yeah, we do have Flight Control platform confirmed by Elijah.
Yeah, so Paw Print, Graffle, Angular, I think it was Diamond Step, Flight Control, and Forest Haven Island. Those were our 5 randomly spread out Triforce pieces.
That means that right now Tanjo only needs the 2 shards that are on
Bosses.
and our friend Jahala. Pretty interesting to note.
But he also still needs 3 more swords.
Yeah, 3 more swords and a bow.
So it is still... Who knows what's going to happen. We do know, though, that might be a good thing for Tanjo, though, because some of these other runners are going to probably hope that things are in the dungeons they have to clear instead of wanting to go Flight Control.
Yeah. Gymnast opening a purple rupee. Tanjo about to get to a bunch of purple rupees. Elijah also close to that. So
the seed of purple rupees.
Good thing they don't all have a different name. I couldn't keep up. And all 4 runners now with 1,000 rupees. Fully maxed out wallets. Rich boys. Andrew now going to outset. While Elijah about to enter Forbidden Woods and join the group of fantastic friends of Forbidden Woods. There's 3 of them right now.
Aw, ties don't matter. Cubs makes me sad. I still want to see them anyway.
They matter in my heart.
Exactly. They matter to me.
The spectacle of it is beautiful.
Rush 4%, but Ghost Ship is banned.
And another pig has been yeeted by Tanjo. Get used to seeing that pig fly. Pretty interesting to see 3 runners in Forbidden Woods without a boomerang. I know we don't really need it as a speedrunners, but
some checks easier.
It's always kind of funky to see how they all break the ice. They're going for the hookshot strats to not waste arrows. Some runners just go for arrows. Some will do like a chain of bombs and make it explode. Pretty interesting to see how they go about not using the boomerang sometimes.
Yes, Tanjo beat DRC.
Yep.
And Crane wants to eat a lime? Okay. Have fun, Crane. But thank you for the sub.
That is always nice. Much appreciated.
Ah, yes, Jim does have his first sword.
Yeah, don't. Trackers are only humans. Sometimes we forget a little something. So, he's still doing a fantastic job. Thank you to you 3, Elena, KB, Inphonic Link, and Tamal Talk. Thank you, you 3, for tracking this for us.
And Joe with the cute watermelon as the pair, finding out that there's just a treasure chart. But if it's treasure chart 17 and he actually picks it up, it might mean something to him.
And there we go, Tanjo going to a different dungeon than the other 3. It's going to be pretty interesting. Earth Temple for Tanjo.
That is interesting.
And is going through the floor. A classic.
We have some infighting amongst our trackers currently.
It's alright. They still like each other's in the end. Interesting to see the divergence on Tanjo's side.
We will
using a
see
fire
how
arrow.
things pay out. Are we going to find more swords in Earth Temple?
Good question.
Or are we going to find them here in the woods?
We saw quite a few things in Forbidden Woods, so unless it's deep into the basement, it's starting to look unlikely, sadly.
We're hunting 3 swords and 1 bow. The sword everyone has right now is all the same.
Yep, this is all the same sword. Tenjo about to open his first chest of Earth Temple, so gonna give us a general idea, maybe. Small key, so still no idea. Oh, Gymnast's probably gonna pull out the hook shot to do this nice little strat. Just face to the
Nicely
barrier.
done. And another sword.
Ooh. A sword as deep as possible in the dungeon. Beautiful. Tanjo doing the puzzle in this room. Elijah in Divine Maze Divine Maze. Woofer about to add to the sword. She doesn't know it's a sword yet, but still.
You know.
Woofer going for the bomb clip here. Not the easiest thing. The scariest thing about bomb clips is that your clipping item will eventually explode in your face.
I wouldn't necessarily say that, Levy. Woofer is also just about to get it. And Tanjo still has a Triforce shard above both Tanjo and Woofer, and Elijah's almost there.
Yeah, Elijah's trying to clip in the basement right now, so should be there soon. So we do need all 4 swords before swords are really interesting.
So it's we really cannot make that type of judgment call at the moment.
Yeah, it's one of those races.
I like those races.
Yeah, same. Woofer probably also gonna go for nice hookshot strat. There we go. Second sword for Woofer. And Woofer has already done the side of the dungeon that Jim is in right now. So probably gonna go to Kalidimos right now.
Yeah, I easily expect everyone to grab that sword pretty easily.
Meanwhile, Tanjo got storage somewhere and is trying to do what we call the small key skip for Earth Temple. Climbing the statue.
Elijah picking up. Oh, that's treasure chart 3, sorry. Wrong. Stump there.
Yeah, just a little... the other chest is gonna have the sword. Oh, stopping for supplies. Interesting thing to note, this is one of the patches of grass where you can get arrows, bombs, so never a bad idea to stock up when you're here.
Tanjo getting hit pretty hard there, but able to take that moblin down.
As soon as the moblin is down, it becomes a whole lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna get
then you just get to walk backwards.
Meanwhile, Elijah getting the bomb clip in the basement, about to go grab his sword. Gymnast going for... following Woofer and going for the boss right now. Woofer doing the boss with bombs. I have his audio on, so I don't know exactly how many times is hit the boss yet. You need to do it 4 times with bombs.
I am not sure.
Didn't get this one. There we go.
We've just found so much money this seed.
Yeah. If we had more room for money, that would be pretty insane. Gymnast now entering the boss. I have turned on the sound because he's going for bombs too. We'll keep you updated on if he gets it or not. First one didn't work. Second one was a hit, so we have now 1 out of 4 done. 2 out of 4. 3 out of 4. And there we go, 4. Gymnast is now done with Kalidimos 2. Elijah now entering Kalidimos. Oh, going for the...
Genjo is using Linka. It's an original model by Big Sharks.
Yeah, there we have a bunch of models in this randomizer. It's pretty impressive. Oh my god. Elijah's out of arrows. He's gonna have to do it with the oak shot.
Or switch to bombs. If he knows bombs.
There we go, that worked.
Okay.
For grabbing an extra shard going out.
Yes.
Oh, and light arrows from Orca's Mail.
Oh my goodness.
So, Forbidden Woods kinda loaded.
And that's going to make Jalhalla faster for Jim and Woofer and Elijah. That's... Oh. You say that, Tuba, but chances that they go to flight control platform instead of just rushing Earth Temple?
Well, original Elijah and Woofer have already went to the flight control platform, so Woofer right now is at 7 shards. Elijah's about to be at the same level, so can't wait to see where Gymnast goes. Oh, going for a round of golf first.
Unfortunate.
There we go. One more shard for Elijah. Puts him at 7. Don't worry.
Earth Temple will probably have 2 swords.
There's a really good chance of that.
Seen them yet.
Or we could have a sword on Bido's Mail, or alternatively in Master Sword Chamber itself. All possible.
Yeah.
I don't really want it for runners, but it's possible.
Yeah.
That's
not
about
my first choice.
Not my first choice, but also not my last choice when I'm commentating. Danjo missing this new strat here. Pretty cute. You fly with the with your shield on the back, and it will hit the statue in the other room, destroy it. Pretty cute. Danjo giving up on this strategy. Going back to good old reliable.
It does sound pretty gross. We're hoping that does not happen. Also, welcome on in one of our mini potato friends.
Potato Smiles. What a name. Love it. Reminds me of those fries that are shaped like smileys.
Smileys?
Pretty nice. We now have Woofer, ZFG, and Original Elijah joining Danjo in our temple. They're having a bit of trouble with the golf.
It's gross. You cannot convince me otherwise.
Going for he's gonna do the last one vanilla. Use
Potato Smiles is named after the Smileys.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's beautiful.
Love it. And Joe now back in this room because he forgot to put the mirror in the right direction to not do the new fancy strat. Happens to the best of us. My judge is calling Medley a bunch. Oh, and Gymnast seems to be heading to Art Temple too.
Yep. Which, I mean, I understand why you do that, but that's gonna cost him a little bit when it comes to finish time, because he'll definitely to aim for full clear, since he doesn't know that that Triforce Shard is in flight control.
Yeah. Flight control platform sub is where Gymnast's last wild piece of the Triforce is. We know that. He doesn't know it, sadly.
And Tanjo's last wild Triforce piece is Forest Haven Island.
I think Tanjo has no wild pieces of Triforce.
Oh wait, no, yeah, that's right. He's finishing this one. My brain went, oops.
It's fine, yeah. It's fine.
In my brain, he should have finished the same amount of dungeons as everybody else at this point, but he hasn't.
No, not yet.
Because he did the much longer dungeon first.
Yep. Forbidden Woods is kind of quick as a dungeon. It's become a favorite to some runners, so.
This is no Taji, though.
No, it's not Taji, at least. Jim is missing the shard from flight control platform sub. Tuba, to answer your question.
Did Jim go Diamond Step yet? I believe so, yes.
It was a while ago, but I believe so too. Look at that.
So, Kenjo has gotten a lot of work done in the dungeon, but we still haven't found another... There we go. As soon as I say we haven't found another sword, we found one.
Yeah, usually that's how it goes. You complain about something, and then the game is just like,
goodness.
In your face. We're getting a small key, meanwhile Tanjo getting the big key. Where's the last sword gonna be?
Unlucky for Curium.
Can go either ways, honestly.
The question is, will we find another sword here, or do we have some fun checks?
But all four runners in the same dungeon right now. It's pretty amazing to see all of them at the same place.
And Joe.
The boomerang. That will make his Forbidden Woods a little faster, but I don't think that's going to be enough. So,
especially since Tanjo will still be looking for the sword in Forbidden Woods.
Woofer preparing to do a bomb drop storage. Not the easiest tech in the game, but getting it first try. That's the cost of not bringing Medley. While Jim successfully doing this little skip with Medley to get to this side a little faster. Angel drinking some soup, preparing himself for the fight of his life, Jahala.
Featuring Vanilla Strap.
Sadly for Tanjo, he doesn't have light arrows unlike the other runners, so he's gonna have to use a mirror shield for that fight.
And Jalhala featuring Randomizer strats.
Yeah. And Elijah doing the little trick that Tanjo tried to do earlier. Successfully. Meanwhile, Woofer also on Jahala right now. You can see how light arrows can make this fight a little faster. In real time.
And that is a nice looking like 3 cycle for probably both of them.
Yeah, a lot of the top runners usually don't need this nice little 4 cycle. But it does happen to the best of us anyway. Like, I've seen some really good runners have a bit of trouble with that bus in the past.
Yep, a nice clean
There we
3
go.
cycle from both of them.
Yeah.
Good job, Woofer and Tanjo. Very clean.
Yeah, extremely clean. Woofer didn't even drink soup to, so he needed to do quick spins to kill all ghosties. But Tanjo did. That makes the fight a little easier, at least. And Elijah really not far behind Woofer, about to enter the boss fight too.
But when I say vanilla, I don't mean speedrun. I mean casual.
Casual, yes. And Woofer has now the fully assembled Triforce. Then needs to go back to the basement.
Is also now here in Jalhala.
Tanjo probably gonna head straight to Forbidden Woods.
Wait. Isn't Elijah just out of arrows?
I think he's
Not
out of arrows, or else he
forgetting
would be
has
using
lights.
that.
I'm pretty sure he's just out of arrows.
Sadly. Using the soup, though, making the fight a little easier, as mentioned earlier. Oh my god. This is a close race.
I think I'm agreeing with Woofer with that
Woofer
too.
right now.
I think Woofer is currently the answer.
Yeah, not a huge lead, but a little lead at least.
Well, at least from what's happening on stream. We have no clue what's happening off, and we intend to keep it that way.
Yeah.
Although, if our players here got sniped, I would be impressed.
Yeah, that would be very, very impressive. There's a lot of good players in this race, though, so who knows? If it does happen, I think the system is gonna let us know in chat or something.
It should.
You know what, Tanjo going for Forbidden Woods right now. Using this nice little strat that we don't even think about, but is not the regular way to get in this dungeon anymore.
We have...
No, I don't think so.
No, Mastered Sword Chest.
There's a
Chamber.
There is Note to Mom and Vital Letter, but I think Tanjo did both of those.
If Tanjo full cleared Earth Temple, then it's Master Sword Chamber, isn't it?
I think so, but I'm not sure he did left side.
I don't know if he did left side. Mm. This is quite a seat.
Yeah. If it is Master Sword Chamber, I think Artemis is gonna have a lot to answer for.
I mean, we didn't even get our first sword until 5703, so
It would be possible. Yes, Earth Temple boss key. Exactly what you want to find after beating the boss. You're right. And Boomerang. Exactly what you want to see after you have done Forbidden Woods without it.
Yep.
It's gonna make Tangel's Forbidden Woods a little faster, but not crazily so.
It was. It was.
It's been a pretty interesting seed. Let's just put it that way. Anja getting another Master Sword. Only one left to go before go mode for both Woofer and Elijah.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing they need.
It's Woofer.
Yeah, Woofer doing his usual gamble, going back up before doing the left side of Earth Temple.
Mm-hmm.
Going to go to a mailbox, do the mail checks, and if he finds nothing, he should be safe coming back into the dungeon. That's what he usually does. Who knows, we could also see the gamble to Hyrule, but that would be surprising.
I mean, who knows? Who knows?
After seeing Jim on the left side of Earth Temple, we know actually that I think we know that Master Sword Chamber is the play, but will our runners act on it is the question.
I feel like they will. I'm not sure when they will, and I'm not sure they're going to be pleased.
But will the crowd be pleased? I know I like those seeds where item placements are kind of hell.
I mean, I'm always a fan of Baito's letter, but Master Sword Chamber is a little much even for me.
Oh, and we got the save scum by Woofer. I think he's going back for left side or temple. Not gambling. That is very on character for him, actually. Will Elijah also go out of the dungeon? Oh, equipping stuff.
Yes.
He's going for the same gamble as Woofer.
And
Woofer
Jim
now
has
on the left
picked
side.
up his third sword.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Will Elijah make the gamble?
Maybe.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either. It's usually not his style of play, but who knows? He knows what's left in his seed. He knows that nobody has finished. So maybe, Just maybe he's thinking about it.
He could. He could. Oh boy.
This is really tense. I can't wait to see what happens. Meanwhile, Woofer doing left side of her temple, about to open the chest in the 3-block room. Boomerang acquired by Gymnast. Tanjo now in the maze vine. The vine maze, I should say. Woofer getting the bait. Alright, Elijah reading the last letter. Letter from Bido. What is he doing next?
What are you doing, Elijah?
He's going to the boat.
Well, I mean, either way he'd go to the boat. That looks like I plan to sail back.
He still has the golf to do, so... He's going for golf first, which is why he went for outset, I believe. Going for golf.
Boy.
Golf, as we know, only has a joy pendant, if I remember right.
Yep. Jim entering for Jalhalla.
He really had us all there. Woofer about to do the mini boss, so Woofer is about to be out of her temple.
Yep.
There's only one place left after this check, so we know where Woofer's going next. Well, Elijah's skipping a bit of the golf. Waiting for the vanilla of the last one. Gymnast fighting our friend Jahala. Tanjo now in the basement of Forbidden Woods.
Flight control.
Yeah, flight control is the one that is missing. So Woofer now knows where his last sword is.
Yep.
Elijah using his safe scumming to go back to our temple, so he's gonna go check left side. But right now we can confirm Woofer as a pretty decent lead.
Yeah.
Just needs to go check Master Sword Chamber. And unless we miss something, he will get Master Sword.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good suggestion.
Thanks for recommending that. I've been sipping on some water and some tea this whole time we've been talking.
Oh, same thing here. Iced tea counts as tea, right?
Well, I'm drinking iced tea, so I'm including it as counting as tea.
It's tea, yes! And we are now in Master Sword Chamber.
And what is Jim gonna do? Jim is gonna go to flight control. Check mail and flight control, I think, since he chose Dragon Roots.
It is really good for him. Going for the mail first, not a bad idea.
I mean, mail would be faster if it was mail, which it isn't.
Meanwhile, Tanjo getting his Master Sword here.
Da-da-da-da!
And Woofer is now in go mode and very close to the barrier.
Yes.
Oh, that's gonna be a go mode to barrier skip combo. I love it. Elijah seeing the bait, but still taking the bait because he's keeping going into left side. And there we go, the first barrier skip of the tournament by Woofer ZFG.
I think I agree too, but I think Artemis is gonna get a ban point.
Also, sword after 1 hour could be a good ban point.
Can we assign Artemis 2.3 ban points for this seed?
Maybe. We'll see what they think about their own seed.
It's really the runners, though, that get to choose, not the me.
I mean, personally, every ban point is just something of a spectacle for commentators. I feel bad for the runners, but also I really enjoyed seeing seeds like this.
So, Tuba, our first sword that we found on Restream, we found at 57 minutes and 3 seconds.
Yeah.
I wrote it down.
Meanwhile, Tanjo getting his last piece of the Triforce. Gymnast going for Fire Mountain right now.
Which is not what I was hoping he was doing, but that's okay. So you had to have fire and ice to get our first sword.
Yeah.
At least the way our people on Restream played.
And
our first
Tanjo's
sword
now,
that we found was an ice ring.
Tanjo's about to get his light arrows, and I think there's only one place left for him to go, and it's Master Sword Chamber. Elijah also only has Master Sword Chamber left. So they're both going to be in roll at about the same time.
And then Jim has flight control, and then Master Sword Chamber.
Yeah. All of our runners finishing up this seed.
Very close to each other.
Woo's going to be part of the... Oh, does Jim not know that?
Does Jim know that he hasn't gone to flight control?
I think it shows as red on his tracker, his personal tracker.
Oh no, Jim!
Oh no. Come on, Jim.
No.
Use every last one of your brain cells. This doesn't look like going to flight control platform. Oh boy.
Oh no! No!
Oh,
no. Bad face.
Meanwhile, Tanjo in Master Sword Chamber, about to get his go mode. Elijah joining him in Hyrule.
Behind.
And Woofer about to enter the fight with Puppet Ganon.
The last sword is in Master Sword Chamber.
And the last shard is in Flight Control Platform Sub.
Oh no, Jim.
Oh boy. Oh my god, Woofer already done with PG1.
Wow.
Tenjo now in go mode. Elijah starting the fight in Master Sword Chamber. It's gonna be really close between Tanjo and Elijah. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Jim, go back. Go back outside. Outside. Sad face.
I don't even know what he has left in this dungeon.
I thought he full cleared.
I thought so too.
I am confused.
There we go, Elijah now in go mode. Tenjo just breaking the barrier. And
Elijah so close right behind.
Yeah. Don't think he got the big key chest. That might be it, Lyric too. That might be it. There we go, Woofer ZFG now done with phase 2 of Puppet Ganon. And on to phase 3.
Yes. It is. It's gonna win Artemis, who rolled our seed, a ban point.
Kinda sad for Artemis, but it needs to be done. Bear has been broken for Elijah. Meanwhile, Tenjo about to roll past the Dark Nut that is way too good at his job. And Woofer is now done with Puppet Ganon completely.
It was. I am not disagreeing with you there, Harun.
And Gymnast now getting his Earth Temple map. That's exactly what he wanted.
Econogen is wanting to up Artemis's ban points to 4.
That's a bit too much, Econogen. Come on.
Yeah, 2.3 is like, I feel like the max.
I think we can remove at least 1 ban point from the 4 because Artemis is running this seed as well. So, these are part of the fun.
So, ban points,
It's a new
for
thing.
everyone who rolls seeds, the people, I believe it's the top 2 people who roll the worst seeds will be given a punishment seed to run.
There we go. Tenjo now climbing up the stairs. Woofer in the final fight with Ganondorf. Following the script pretty well. Talking to Zelda. Just hoping that he doesn't get it. So he keeps the soup damage.
Go back outside. Stop going inside.
And Woofer getting really close to the end. There we go. Only a quick time event left. Press A. And he finished. With an official time on 1 hour and 58 minutes, 0 seconds. Woofer finished in first place.
Woofer found the first person to get the sword, and Woofer finished 1 hour and 57 seconds after he got the sword.
That is pretty impressive. You can send your GGs for Woofer ZFG.
GGs for Woofer.
Tenjo finishing the first phase of Puppet Ganon. Meanwhile, Elijah entering Puppet Ganon. This is close. This is still close. Oh, Elijah getting the first shot. Getting the second shot. Missing the third shot. Very hard to get when the shot goes on the left side.
Oh boy.
There we go. Phase 1 finished for Elijah. Gymnast staying in position. Probably trying to understand what's missing.
Come on, Jim. You got this. Go outside.
I'm looking at his personal tracker, and the overworld tracker doesn't seem to show that he can go to this sub, so pretty sad. Yes, double crypt from Elijah, maybe. Tenjo got his double crypt too.
Nice.
Now on phase 3.
These two are rushing through
missing the double crypt, but getting at least one.
I hope he doesn't DNF. He's so close.
There we go. Elijah finishing phase 2. Meanwhile, Tenjo starting to climb.
Okay.
Oh, Gymnast
Going
moving
outside.
again.
Come on, Tenjo. Don't fall off this time. You got this.
Okay, Tenjo, don't forget.
Come on,
Grapple skip
Tenjo.
is your friend now. Grapple skip is your friend.
Good job.
Oh, Elijah almost getting the Ganon so close to himself. There we go. Second shot.
Yes, that looks like Jim is going the correct direction. Ouch.
Tenjo going for grapple skip. Getting it! Meanwhile, Elijah just finished with Puppet Ganon 3. Tenjo about to enter the final fight.
It looks like Jim is figuring it out and is on the correct path.
That is very nice. Tenjo is on the final fight now. Things are going well. Talking to Zelda again. Zelda shooting Ganondorf. Elijah now climbing the rope.
Don't fall off, Elijah. You got this.
You got this leaf equipped just in case he does fall off.
Beautiful. Good job, Elijah.
Meanwhile, Tanjo getting very close to the end of his fight. There we go. GG's to Tanjo, finishing the seed with an official time of 2 hours, 1 minute, and 48 seconds.
Excellent job for Tanjo. GG.
And right next to him, we have original Elijah now in the final fight.
We have seen some excellent gameplay from all of these runners today.
Gymnast now able to go to Hyrule to get his go mode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Elijah about to finish the final fight.
I mean, even though it is a little bit of a rip gym, he's still on pace to finish within 15-ish minutes of Woofer. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Look at these top 3 times.
And
they're literally within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That is
with an
how...
official time of 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 42 seconds. So we now have our top 3 times.
Incredible. What a hugely impressive race.
Yeah, that was extremely impressive. Tanjo 3 raiding us with a party of 5. And we are now joined by Elijah. Elijah, the third person to finish first in the interview. You're the fastest for the interview. Tanjo joining us too. And Woofer ZFG also.
At least I won getting into the interview.
Yeah. Top 3 time right there. So GG's to all 3 of you. That was some pretty impressive running from all 3 of you. That went really fast.
Yeah, so rolling by Artemis, because that was a spicy seed.
Yeah, Artemis rolled us a pretty spicy one. Some 1 hour sword though, technically. That's pretty nice. At least there's that.
I want to say great job. You were the first to get our sword at 57 minutes and 3 seconds.
Yeah, this was a lot like the seed yesterday, except it tested my patience even more, but I still got a sword before DRC, and it was the same dungeons.
Yeah,
Same.
Also, Elijah, I gambled Hyrule. No, just kidding.
Okay. I was about to start crying.
All 3 of you guys didn't really gamble anything. Oh, Claire!
Claire!
Sniping gymnast with a time of 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 27 seconds. GG's to her.
GG's to Claire.
Jim now breaking the barrier. Jim had a bit of trouble remembering to go to flight control platform sub, which was his last shard.
Oh.
Yeah.
I gotta say, the only thing that I felt like was scuffed for me was I went to Ghost Ship way earlier than I should have for no reason.
Yeah.
And Forbidden Woods without Boomerang was a little...
And most of you guys did Forbidden Woods without the Boomerang, but you were the only one to go to Ghost Ship without the Skull Hammer, so that was just pretty interesting to see.
Yeah.
Pretty stupid.
Did you do it with just bombs? Or
yeah.
Bombs. Oh, God.
When I saw it with only bombs is
it was not a good idea.
I saw that on my tracker and I was like, this shouldn't be in logic.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And then I was like, well, it is though. And I'm here, so
We are not switching out for restream today.
and I was like, how hard can it be? Turns out very.
Very, very hard.
Yeah. Not good.
But yeah, you guys managed to become the top 3 runners for this seed, so everyone is going to be compared to you. Oh, we have another finish. PK Slam with 2:06.39 in 5th place.
Okay. GG's.
GG's to him.
I bet you didn't save Grandma. Grandma wasn't required, so I'm sure Slam didn't save Grandma.
Oh man. That's just sad. Imagine not saving Grandma.
Always save Grandma.
Maybe he's gonna have a redemption arc later into the tourney where he starts saving Grandma. Something. But I doubt it.
I'll believe for Slam.
So, Gymnast now climbing the stairs up to Puppet Ganon. So, other than those that pretty light sword, how do you feel about this seed, guys?
It was fine. I wish I wouldn't have went to Ghost Ship so early. That's really it.
Yeah, I mean, like Warfer said, this was similar to the seed yesterday where we were starved of a sword. So, like, I had that in mind. Like, I didn't dip DRC until I found a sword. And even then, I full cleared overworld completely before entering dungeons.
Yeah, the only one on the restream that actually went into DRC without a sword was with Gymnast. So, how many racers in total today? We have 29 racers for this race. Only 5 of them have finished yet.
29? Wow.
Yeah, 29 racers.
That's
Gymnast now done with PG1.
I felt like my Puppet Ganon was really good.
That was a pretty good Puppet Ganon.
You should have seen mine. I didn't miss any snipes on the first phase.
Wow.
No, Tenjo, you got double crit, right? That's also pretty good.
I did, yeah.
Damn.
I think I missed.
You all had excellent fights.
You guys were all excellent, okay?
I got
all
one crit shot, which I think is better anyway.
True.
As long as I don't consistently hit double crit, I can't call myself a top Wind Waker runner. So that takes a lot of the pressure off. It takes a lot of the pressure off.
Not having fine perfect. It's free.
We're gonna bring back the Puppet Ganon League soon.
Oh man, this.
Gonna have to learn the storage in Puppet Ganon. That.
Do the Azer strat.
Yeah. You gotta go all or nothing on those types of races.
Yeah, that's true. If you do it, you win.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, Gymnast having it. The trouble paralyzing our friend. Puppet Ganon 3. There we go.
Oh.
Lining up for the fancy shots. Missing it, sadly. And I think that's gonna be it. Well, we only need to climb up to Ganon and finish this seed for Gymnast.
Yeah. I really regret going into Earth Temple before Forbidden Woods. I'm sure most people did like DRC Forbidden Woods, Earth Temple.
Yes.
Yeah, you're the only one that went to our temple first. But if you found something nice, that could have paid off.
Like,
and technically, you did do Forbidden Woods a little faster since you had your boomerang. Just a little faster, though.
Were you able to full clear Earth Temple?
Yeah. I went over Hero Sword, and I was like, I didn't find a single sword, and I was like, Monka essaying about having to do Johala over Hero Sword. Then I found a sword, and I was like, okay, that's okay. And No Tamam was in there, and I was like, okay, maybe 2 swords on No Tamam. No, nothing there. I was like, okay. So if someone did Forbidden Woods and like, go moded sorta ET and then gambled Hyrule, I'd be donezo.
I feel like Forbidden Woods before Earth Temple made me freak out because all the good stuff in Forbidden Woods wasn't until the very end.
Yeah.
How empty. I got the sword and the big key chest, like, basically last, and then it was Orca Mail with light arrows, right? Or another bow, I should say. I don't know if it was everyone's light arrows.
I think it was most of you guys light arrows. So.
And when I got that, I was like, okay, that's not that bad. I mean, most people are probably good at full clear Forbidden Woods.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they're really spicy with their gambling.
The seed was spicy, but didn't leave for much spicy gambles, honestly. The spiciest one we were expecting is one of you guys to actually go to Hyrule before going to left side Earth Temple, but that didn't happen.
While I was doing left side, I was like literally thinking, why am I doing this? It's in the Master Sword chamber, but I don't. Too scary.
I thought about it, but I thought it would be BM. So.
And Jim finishing the seed with a nice 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 80 seconds.
GG.
Putting him in 6th place.
I feel like if I would have actually done that gamble and went down there and opened it up, and when I saw the sword, I probably would have just like DNF'd.
Feels so dirty.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been. It would have been shameful.
Stick to your principles. It's like slime saving grandma.
Yep.
Oh man.
No, don't stick to slime principles.
That's a bad principle. That's a bad one. And we are joined by Gymnast86. GG's
Welcome,
Jim.
GG.
GG's.
GG.
And a bit of trouble at the end to remember your flight control platform sub. I'm curious about that.
Yeah, there was some point, like I think 50 minutes into the seed, where I looked at that check on the tracker and I was like, oh yeah, I got that earlier, and I just marked it.
Oh no.
And yeah, and then when I didn't get the Triforce piece in Fire Mountain, I was like, well, time to figure out what we forgot. So that was a bit unfortunate. I don't know why I thought I got it when I'd never gone over there, but that's not what we wanted to see.
No, but you still did pretty well, finishing in 6th place. We now have a 7th place finisher in the form of CS, and an 8th place finisher in the form of J West, so the people are starting to finish right now. There's quite a lot. This was a pretty amazing race. First qualifier of this new season. There's 7 more qualifiers, I believe, coming up.
Yep. Our next one is going to be tomorrow at, I put it in my phone, unless someone actually knows it off the top of their head.
1 Eastern.
That.
Nice. Gonna be another very nice race. I'm pretty sure of it.
Once again, I would like to shout out to our trackers for being fantastic and volunteering their time. Love them, appreciate them, not possible without them. Yep, another shout out to our re-streamer as well for helping make it possible for all of this here. And of course to Montgol for commentating with me.
Thank you, Amelia, for commentating with me. Well, it's been a very pleasant evening. Well, afternoon, I should say. Unless we're all Europeans. Who knows? I'm not European. Why am I saying evening? Who knows? I'm living in the future. But yes, there's going to be more Wind Waker randomizer action coming very soon here. Qualifiers, and following the qualifiers, we're going to have a top 24 making the brackets for the main tournament, and we're also going to have this little challenge cup, which is also going to be amazing. The people that didn't quite qualify.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to add, the runners? And nice little last word for the end.
GG.
Yeah. Thank you for the restream, and thank you all to all the runners for coming out. 29 people. It's
biggest race ever.
Crazy.
The first time we needed a scroll wheel on the page.
Yeah. I'm ready for the 1,000 people qualifiers.
Yes, the 20,000 person Wind Waker randomizer tournament.
Yeah.
That's probably like everyone that's ever played the game.
Welcome to season 48. I'm on the respirator. Let's go.
I mean, actually, at that point, we'd be on what, Wind Waker 12K for the Wii Switch U.
It's not even VR yet.
Yeah, not even VR yet. Or Wind Waker Labo. Who knows?
Which one's the one where you stand on like the teleport-looking pad and it zaps you into the actual game and your Link?
Can't wait for that. Yes, I think that's going to be all for us. If you can take it over, VXR. I think that's going to be it. Or not. I'm fine with that.
A quick GG's to, I believe it was Lanamphy for their finish, and Kulfra.
Yep, Kulfra also finishing with a time of 2 hours, 50 minutes, and 55 seconds.
And looks like DJ Guapo coming in after that.
Not yet finished, but getting pretty close. Probably. Yep, we still have a bunch of runners running, 19 of them to be precise. So if you guys want to watch them on their personal channels, you can always do it. Thank you for the raid, Lanamphy, by the way.
Hey, Tantra, are you gonna do marbles?
We could use some marbles right now.
No. I volunteered Jim to host marbles.
I don't think I've ever done marbles before.
It's okay. First time for
me. I guess now's the time to start, though.
I think we gained back our restreamer.
Yeah, I'm back now.
Yay.
Welcome back.
Alright, so...
we missed you.
I think it's time to wrap things up now.
Exactly.
Coming up tonight, we have OTRNA Weekly and Link to the Past No Major Glitches, both at 6 p.m. Eastern, OTR on this channel, ALTTP on 2, and then Z2R Weekly at 10 p.m. tonight. The next qualifier is at 1 for this is at 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, and then qualifier number 3 is Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. I had a really good idea for a raid target. We're going to raid the one responsible for this seed, Artemis.
Not a bad idea.
Yes, I like that.
So
I'll go say hi to Artemis. Wonderful seed roller.
Yes. And yeah, thank you all for watching. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Au revoir.
Bye.